Hi guys, welcome back for another episode on the channel. This week, don't know if you can see behind that big bush on the corner up there. See when we zoom in a minute. That's Ray, you can see his tip of his car. That's Ray, and I'm with Nick as well. Nick is just pulling over dead opposite me. Right over, don't know if you can see because it's quite bright. Yeah, you can see, like there-ish on that peg. Yeah, we're here for a social. We're at Pinkle's Pool. It's a nice little water, not too far from my house, probably what, 40 minutes drive, relatively close considering. And we just done the draw, and I got this peg. Well, I didn't get this peg, I got first pick, and I picked this peg. It's called the Takeaway. Loving it. So I think we all wanted this peg, to be honest. I come out first. For obvious reasons, it looks well carpy. And there's some little bit of fizzing coming up, and that's definitely carp, definitely not tench. So it's a water I've never fished before. It's a group booking lake, so you need 3 of us. So we plotted a bit of cash together and thought we'd come down for a social and have a bit of a go at them. There's a few big ones in here, good head of 30s. There's not done a 40 yet, but who knows. There's a couple edging that way. So yeah, look, I don't know if you can see, I'll zoom in right there, look. It's hard to see because it's pretty bright today. Yeah, you can see that bit of fizzing up down there, off the edge of that tree. So basically last night was the first frost down where we are. I call it down south compared to a lot of you lads. So down south we had our first frost last night. So I don't know how that's going to bowl for the fishing, but hopefully there'll still be a bite or two in it. It'd be nice if you're coming away with your pals. Couple of bites, see the rod go, we'll be happy. Real deep water, I can imagine them fighting really hard, full of weed. Got a couple of snags to fish at. Feeling really hopeful of getting a bite. So I've got nothing out. I can actually park behind the peg, which is really nice, like super nice. It's been a while, I tell you, it's been a while guys. So right now I've just got the rods and the chair out. The reason why I got the chair out is because I hang the rods over there. I'm going to waste no time in just getting the rods out. It's a beautiful day. We've had like 6 weeks of rain. It's nice to see some sunlight. Thank you God. God, I hate rain. But here we go. It's going to be high pressure, sunny every day. It's more comfy for us, but probably less good for the fishing. But who knows, we're here. We're on a group late booking. Let's have it. See you in a bit. Right then guys, I've let it out and found a few nice spots. Fishing all 3 rods on separate spots. Got one sort of in the margins, one on the edge of a snag, and one, I guess you can call it semi-open water. It's quite far out into open water, but it goes out shallow a long way before the drop. So really it's like a, I don't know, in a lake margin, you could call it, if you get what I mean. So it's really shallow for a long while, and then it finally dips out right out in the lake. And I've gone just for after on the dip down, just as it levels out a little bit. all sort of close range, 13, 12 and 10. Nice close intimate fishing. It's not a big lake, but you know the fish are in here. It's got a few big ones in here, so it's worth going at. I think there's about 80 to 100 carp in here, averaging anywhere from maybe upper double to upper 30, I guess. Yeah. So there's a good few to go at. We're just here for a bite, really. It's basically the beginning of November. The weather's really dipping down. We had a frost last night, so yeah, one of them ones we have to play it by ear. I'm going to hold back on the bait. I've decided to just go 4 spots on each spot, and that's just on a few bits and pieces. Mainly, again, what I was fishing with last week at Linear. Get simple. I've got some pellet here. Some pellet there, look. A few different sizes, a few different flavours, different breakdown there, and then just a bit of corn, and boiling. Can't go wrong, can you really? It's all highly digestible. I've been soaking the boilie since yesterday, and these are just the little dumbbells. Again, got the enzyme and the synchronize, and I've snapped them in half now. The water's getting cold, so I want to keep the bait small. I don't want to be filling these fish up. Although they're big fish, I want to keep things to the minimum. Do you know what I mean? Keep them rooting about for longer. So I've probably got in the bucket in total probably 60 dumbbells broken half, plus a kilo of corn. I've kept it really, really simple. And to this, I'll add probably a couple of small handfuls of pellet. Not a lot of pellet. Just something out there, just something to keep them grabbing around. A few micro pellet out there. And also I've added a little. Oh, liner. So I'm currently fishing on 1 rod at the minute. That's good news. I just peeled out. So there has been a few fish out there. So basically I've got 1 rod out pretty quick. I've got my spod rod out, put my spom on, cast out to the distance where there's a few fizzing fish. It was in a far margin off a snag. Clipped up, got the distance, so I'm not let it out. Wound it up on the distance sticks to 12 wraps is what it was. Wound my rod up to 12 wraps, put a lead on, put a bag on, bit of plastic, and away we go. I've got that out there first time, boom, and it went down, crack. So there's no need for me to let out down there, and it landed in 7 foot, which is a perfect little marginy, snaggy sort of depth to go at. So that's nice. So yeah, we're going to get a little bit of bait in there now and see how we get on. Catch you in a bit. Well guys, thought I'd reel that rod in now. Nothing happened after about an hour and a half. So I thought I'd take a little walk down and see Ray. I need to borrow some PVA mesh, so he's always good for a bit of mesh, this guy, you know what I mean? And come down and pinch a cup of tea. Ray's the tea master. There he is, he's pitched up here. He's been known, I've seen him, he's been known to have like 10-15 cups an hour. So there he is. Oh mate, you got a bit of PVA mesh, bud?
The real now, sir.
Yeah, here's Ray's little pitch for the next couple of nights. Nice peg, mate, isn't it? Cheers, buddy.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
There's Ray's rods, look. Looking sexy. Look, he's got his new reels out. Look, he means business. It looks good, mate. Actually, it just looks so different from up here, this end of the lake. So poor old Nicky's right there. I think you can see his van in the background right about. Put my cup down. About there. He's right on the end of a northeasterly. Freezing his little tiny nuts off over there. Me and Ray are alright, we're sort of on the back of it, and we're behind the hill, so happy days. So I'm going to ask Ray to stick the kettle on now, have a quick catch up with him, get round there and get the rods out for this afternoon, and hopefully pinch a big girl. Catch you in a bit. As you can see guys, we're heading into that time in the afternoon. Goodbye the good times and the summer and the barbecues, and hello the freezing cold sessions, tucked up, stay warm, freezing your nuts off sessions. Lake looks pretty dead at the minute. Oh, little beep on the right hand rod. Lake looks pretty dead. Wind's died off, that northeasterly or east northerly, whatever. That's gone now. That'll be back kicking in tomorrow afternoon. A bit stronger than it was today. I think it was northeast. That's the one, we got there. So the traps are currently set and they've been fishing for about half an hour now. Still got the bait in this morning, let it out. Sort of rested it for a few hours, went and spoke to Ray, chatted a bit of crap, you know it is. Didn't feel like there's any reason in having lines in the water because clearly just weren't bite time, to be honest. So I think if there's going to be a bite, it'll be tomorrow in between, I'm going to estimate 9:30 in the morning till 12:30 in the afternoon. That's when we've seen them fizzing up today. There's camp, nicely set up. Everything's finally done. Just got the little heater ticking away in here. Just keep me nice and warm. Look, we'll set up in here. Just enough light to see. I've got crap everywhere. Food everywhere. Actually, it's quite tidy for me actually. Give it an hour or two and it'll look like a bomb's gone off in here. So yeah, the traps are set. I'm not going to touch them till tomorrow morning now. Or probably tomorrow afternoon. Maybe about 12 o'clock time. See how I feel. Might get up and do them early before bite time starts. So there's a good few 30s to go at. Feeling good. Oh, Nick. There we go. Look, let me zoom over there where Nick was fishing. He was right here. Centre camera, weren't he? Dum, 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 dum. He's gone. He's moved already, look. He's now, I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can bend the camera around without dropping it. He's tucked up there in that peg there. See, he's just putting his ribby up. Fair play to him, he's on the move. I don't blame him, he's got off the end of that east-northeasterly wind. It was bloody freezing. And now it's no different, to be honest. It is freezing. It's already down to 1 degree. And we're heading into only dinner time, really. So it's going to be proper cold. So I'm going to stick a pasty on. That's all I've got tonight. It's a little pasty to heat up in the old Ridge Monkey. Oh, cool, that shook. Okay, that's a definite bit of fish activity out there, because that's actually shook the bobbin. Oh, there's hope yet. So if we do get a bite tonight, I think it gets dark early now, so you know, 8-9 o'clock's usually a good time this time of year as well. It's when the water's at its warmest probably. It's been nice and warm all day. Well, I say warm, still cold, but warm in the sun. You can see I've got everything sort of sorted out ish. Pulled the barrow out because I've always got the barrow set up in there and I've always got bits inside it. So other than that, I'm going to love you and leave you. Boom. Hopefully the traps are set, something will happen, and hopefully it'll be a big girl. See you a bit later on. Hey guys, good morning. Very late morning in fact. It's coming up 11:30. See, it's very, very sunny and warm. I say warm, it's 13 degrees, but compared to the temperatures last night, which were stupidly cold, -1 last night, second frost of the year, typical, pressures through the roof, high pressure, freezing cold nights, clear nights as well. See the wind over there, northeasterly winds, poor moon phase, everything's against us. None of us have had anything at the minute. Ray's had a few fish crash over his spot, that's led to nothing. I've had a little bit of fizz here and there, that's also led to nothing. So a real shame, to be honest. But to be fair, I haven't even expected a bite. I think we might pinch a bite tomorrow morning before we leave off. But it's going to be tricky. Bites are going to be few and far between. We're obviously in November now, so it's getting nippy. Everything's slowing down. And a bite will save the session. All is not over. We've still got a night left. Still got 24 hours left. So obviously none of us have fished it before. So we're all fishing in the dark. We're all fishing blind. Do you know what I mean? It's a very nice lake though. The clarity's nice. See if you can see to the bottom down there. Look. Really gin clear as well. Full of weed. Proper full of weed. Let's see if that clears there. Yeah, anyway, so my screen's misting up from the damp and the cold last night, so I can't really see much this end. I've got to rely on it being clear. It's just getting mistier and mistier by the second. Hopefully it'll still be clear in the camera. So I haven't put any bait in. I've sort of held back on bait. I've put the 4 in. I might put 2 more out later. I don't know. So I'm going to leave the rods out for this evening, put them in, get round there and see Ray and Nick a bit later on, have a bite to eat and a cup of tea. So yeah, look, the sun is beaming. Don't get me wrong, the sun's beautiful. I'm not complaining one bit. We've had lack of sunlight in the last 7 weeks or 6 weeks. So just loving it, loving it. I'm proper shouted out this northeasterly, by the way. It's not affecting me. You can see the corner that I'm currently fishing. Got a couple of rods in here, nice and calm, nice and sunny. Hopefully the fish will get in for a mooch. But other than that, nothing's happening. I think it's going to be morning bites only. Maybe afternoons, might pinch one. So until something carpy happens, we'll catch up then. Right then guys, nothing as of yet. A few hours have passed since I had the camera on last, and a lot's happened really. I found 2 new spots, and I've prepped both spots with 2 spoms, 2 midi spoms over each spot, keeping it even smaller. Last night I fished over 4, and I fished in shallower areas. Tonight I found 3 deep areas, all around the 12 to 14 foot. Hopefully it'll pay off. Ring in the changes proper this session. Complete change from last night. All 3 rods are different. Even the snag rod to the left there, I pulled that back to 10.5 in the deep water off the ledge. I'm pulling the left hand rod shortly. They're still out in a minute because I've been disturbing the area a little bit. So I just let it out with a 1 ounce lead. Found a couple of little nice spots. Used my main mono as well, so I'm not using like, you know, like yellow braid cutting through the water. It's all like discreet, little tiny lead you can see just bouncing about there, look. And I literally, after I let it out, just dropped 2 spoms over the top of each spot. One out this way, down around there, and one out down around there. So complete swap up. Hopefully ringing in these changes will bring a bite, and hopefully we'll get a nice winter carp. Right, I'm going to sort these rods out and get to it, and we'll catch up for dinner.
You recording, yeah?
Yeah, all sorted, all sorted. Right then guys, early this evening and it's already kicked off action. Look at this, £31, that's what we're here for. It's nice to get a little night bite. It's still early evening, it's only like 8 o'clock. Rain still haven't had nothing yet, but tonight looks much better conditions, 4 degrees warmer. It just feels a little bit more carpier. So I moved all 3 rods, changed the spots, changed the tactics, and it's paid off already. Clearly I got it wrong the first 24 hours, but hopefully there'll be another one in it now. Maybe we'll finish this session with a nice brace, eh? Confidence is brimming, on to the next now. Hopefully Nick and Ray will pinch one, they're here with me now. They just popped round to see how big it was and give me a hand in that. Turn around. Nice little November 30. Buzzing. Continue my good run as we get into winter. It's all confidence at the end of the day, isn't it? Another big gear on the bank, another session, another venue ticked off the list. Lovely. Right, I'm going to get this one back and we'll catch up in a bit. Lovely little November creature. Off you go to your deep, weedy gravel pit. Right then, look at that for a beautiful November morning. Stunning. 3rd day in a row, bright hot sun. I say hot, 12 degrees it's going to be again today. But we're still fighting against that brutal northeasterly wind as we have been. Luckily we've all pitched up on the back of it and it's paid off. Loving life with that 31 pounder last night. It's nice to get one on the bank from another new lake, especially when it's a big gal. Loving it. Traps are still set from last night. So yeah, things are looking good. We're just coming into bite time now, so it's 9:30 on the dot. And that is bite time, 9:30 till 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And then they just switch off and stop. So I've got to be gone for 11:15. So I've got just under 2 hours to pinch a bite. It's doable. They should start getting their heads down, having a tiny mooch. And I'm glad I paid the tactics, really paid off. Proper swap things up I did, and I'm sure that's what's caught me that 30. You can see I'm just getting tucked up, look. Let's have a look. Eggs and bacon on the stove, and look, got some nice tiger bread. Loving it. Got to be done, eh guys, got to be done. I better flip that actually. Oh, I think that egg's a little bit burnt on the end. The bacon's looking good. So yeah, I'm going to munch this up now. I'm going to butter this bread, get this down, and get a cup of tea on. And we've got 2 hours of the best bite time since we've been here. So we've got a real good chance over the next 2 hours. Fingers crossed guys. Hopefully we could get another bite. If not, we'll catch up soon anyway. Well guys, that's it. Another session done. What a beautiful, glorious November day though. I mean the wind's cold of course, it's turned easterly, but right on the back of it. Got my hood up of course. It's a little bit nippy on the ears, but 3 glorious sunny days. Not so good for the fishing though. I've just found out on the whole complex I've had the only fish in 3 days. Well, I've been here 48 hours, we have. Nick and Ray have just left. I'm a little bit behind them. Just got 2 rods left. I've just pulled that rod in. Thought I'd give you guys a little chat and a little update. So the whole complex over there is the Meadow Lake, and that has blanked. There's got 16 people on there and they've done 48 hours and they ain't had a fish between them. So yeah, that just goes to show you how, and that's all good anglers over there, they're all sponsored anglers. So it just goes to show you how hard the conditions have been. The pressure is through the roof, and we've had our first 3 frosts of the year while we've been here. Well, the day we got here was a frost, and then the 2 nights we've been here. So I'm really lucky to have pinched that 30, and I like to think my change of tactics paid off. But either way, we had a fish between us. It's nice that it was one of the 30s. So happy days. So what do I think of the place? It's a nice little lake to be honest. You can only get here on group bookings of 3 people. so it's got to be 3 people, guys. But it's a nice place. It does fish well as well. It's quite weedy, lots of naturals. So yeah, everything I really look for. Got some deep areas of 12 foot, 10 foot, some shallow spots of 8 and 6. So yeah, overall I like the place. It's in a beautiful situation where they've got an otter fence all the way around it. Look, they're electric wires, because they did have the otters over here a few years back and did wipe a few of the fish out, little blighters. But look at it, it's beautiful, it's quiet. You're all concrete there as well where you're driving. You can park behind your peg. It's dead comfy, guys. It's well worth a shout. Look at the peg. Look at the peg I sat in. Look. They've done really well on the place, to be honest. Considering it's probably what, only 7, 8 years old, maybe 7. So I'll probably definitely come and have a little go, little social with the boys in the warmer months. Being just so close to home, within 40 minutes or so. And hopefully we'll get a few more bites next time. So this is actually Poachers Pool, so sorry if I've been calling it Pingle's Pool. Got the wrong venue, ain't I? But there you go, yeah, it's Poachers Pool, by the way, guys. Alright, so check it out online if you want to get down. It's a nice little venue and plenty of water between 3 of yous. It's nice not to have no one else interfere with your fishing, innit? It works out 30 quid a night. So a little bit on the dear side, but there you go, it is what it is. The fish are in here. So right, well done, guys. If you got to this point, much appreciated. And keep following, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more episodes. And we'll be back onto the St John's series next week. I'm back down at Linear, so keep watching, and hopefully we'll keep getting them big gals on the bank. See you in a bit.